there is companies that time that helped our people even before the war and after the war. This company we are talking about is group of people that came together. They are not the same father, the same mother. They are not related by blood, but they came together and formed a company that had employment, that employed a lot, thousands of our people, our youth. That time, three brothers from the same community, not related by blood, not related in any way, just that they are from the same community, formed a formidable company in 1980s centuries that employed thousands of people before the war and after the war. This is company called GMO Group of Companies. How did they achieve that? This great empire GMO, owned by this great people, Chief Godwin Chukwuemeka Onwa Oketiti, Mike Arthur Eze, the only surviving man. He's 94 years when we met him. And Johnson J.O. Igwe. In 1980, after Ego does the SS, I'm not going to we patron, a chair patron, People Club of Nigeria, was the okay.
If na company, na bandi madabo. Isina na makana afọ mo company like it to even in for mo bo amame pin suwa we ko omeri fo fodo yen afu ne yara ya ide bi fe ni ifa na etu akọ yesi do na bi ife no bu na ekọ ni ife afu de etu afu na etu kwa ye etu afu esi woro ku ya oya buke isi ni ife adocha nleji azu obu oji ofodo adoji ofodo adocha 1967 57 oge ine na-eje na gọọmenti ifu guy from oge oge ebe meziri ebeziri eregistaziri as GMO mana the boy na-azụ kọrịa shi oge afọ ife dịka 1952 53 54
before the war.
Before the war.
Today the question is, where is GMO company? Kedu ka o si eje, kedu ka business house are wax? Is it waxing? Is it closed? Is it abandoned? Is it just like my background? How is the company doing? Kemaka Arthur Eze Atlas Petroleum. Kedu ka esi wee mee Atlas Petroleum? Ọ bụ na achọ this man eche Afria. Kemaka Obi Jackson. Next Oil. Kedu ka esi wee mee onye ọ bụ na achọ Afria. Kemaka Emeka Ofo. Kedu ọ bụ na achọ Emeka Ofo Afria echi. Kedu ka esi wee continue the legacy? Kedu maka Ibeto? Onye ọ bụ the ancestor. Kedu maka our ancestor na Ibeto? Onye ojeka we gozo Rolls-Royce nke kpaza ba number dey ancestor ogaranya. Kedu ka esi we ma ọ bụ na achọ anya afra ya? Ị na-ata na ha na-ekwu maka the biggest industrialist in the practice akụrụ ụlọ. Ogaranya na dey ekwu we rapụ. Onye na-akpọ Innoson ofu onye obi edocha. Hello guys, this is Creative Lord TV. Guys, today we have come with a fresh story that will bust your head. You know, we have always been talking about legends, those that have made impact, those that have made an extraordinary impact, and our people are forgetting them. We have been bringing them up, promoting them. But today we have come up with a different story that will bust your head. Guess what? Today we are talking about the legendary industrialists, entrepreneurs, companies that made impact before the war. You know, when you come to Africa, we had a lot of entrepreneurs, companies that has a lot of impact in our society before the war. And when you come to Africa, Indigbo were the number ones, the dominant in that area. When you talk about entrepreneurs, you talk about Indigbo. You know, we have always been hustlers right from day one. Our forefathers made it possible. So there is companies that time that helped our people even before the war and after the war. This company we are talking about is group of people that came together. They are not the same father, the same mother. They are not related by blood, but they came together and formed a company that had employment, that employed a lot, thousands of our people, our youth. That time, yes, most of these are people that our early billionaires. We are hearing their names. Most of them had a legit business, a legit companies that had employment. You that is watching us, right now, don't even know about that company. Today we want to talk about them. That is why we are creating Lord TV. And we always bring fresh news to you, and you will definitely enjoy it. Today, stay with us because watch to the end. We are talking today about GMO Group of Company. What is GMO Group of Company? Have you heard about GMO Group of Company before? We are here to tell you more about it. Even though we did a video about it before, but today we have come with clear explanation and details about this company that had thousands of people employed before the war and after the war. So that is why we are different. Listen to what I'm going to explain to you today, and you will enjoy it. Guys, GMO Group of Company is a group of people, group of brothers from the same community that came together and formed this company. And these people were people from poor backgrounds, but they came together, struggled, sweated, and what they mean by they struggled. I don't know how to put it, but it's beyond struggling. They suffered and do this company. And guess what? You will just listen to this story. GMO Group of Company. What is GMO Group of Company? If I may ask you, GMO stands for G stands for Godwin, M stands for Michael, and O stands for Okoye. Okay, and this group of people are from Oketiti in Nnewi South local government of Anambra State, and this company was formed in 1957 by three partners, Godwin, Michael, and Okoye, who came from Oketiti, a community that has specialized in the bicycle parts and tire trade. Total employment fluctuated between 1,000 to 1,500 persons in the 1980s centuries. Two of the partners who had in early 1940 hawked Gary in Sabogeri, Zaria, had previously been involved in the reconditioning of old bicycles and the bicycle parts trade in Aba. Here, they toured Ngwa villages, purchased old bicycles. They extended operation to Onitsha 1949 and Lagos, where they purchased bicycles and parts from Yoruba agents. Here, they met the third party and began to pool resources for bulk purchase. Eventually, they diversified their sources of supply to foreign companies and became manufacturers' representatives. During the Civil War, the company had a lucrative food supply contract with Biafran armed forces, but only very limited amount of Biafran currency were convertible at the end of the war. After the war, with assistance from friends and credit from hero circles of India, the bicycle trade was revived. In addition, the company was associated through one of the partners with a leading drug marketing company, United African Drug Company Limited, which expanded rapidly after the war with federal state government patronage. In 1976, the brother of one of the partners returned from engineering studies in the United States and Taiwan with technical assistance from Taiwan and Japan. The company began to invest in manufacturing factories for bicycle and motorcycle tires and tubes. 4.8 million naira invested. Sport shoes. This is about GMO Group of companies. You hear what they said? These people toured Ngwa villages looking for bicycle parts. Yes, Akpakaranda to hear this thing. They begin to pick. They started from scratch. They didn't just come together and form something from nowhere. They started from somewhere and formed that group called GMO Group of Companies that made them billionaires that you hear their name today. That made them, if you have been following us, you have been hearing about them, People's Club. Oliver mentioned them a lot because of their impact, because of the name they made for themselves, because of their struggle. There was nothing like ritual. There was nothing like Ogwego. They made their money through suffering, business, reading. One of them came back from America and brought the idea, and they started production. These people later had alliance with white people and became their representative in Nigeria. That's how they begin to supply tires. This is history that you don't know about. GMO Group of Company is a company that have made a lot of people rich, right from before the war and after the war. Three brothers from the same community, not related by blood, not related in any way, just they are from the same community, formed a formidable company in 1980s centuries that employed thousands of people before the war and after the war. This is company called GMO Group of Companies. How did they achieve that?
No one check. Who gave 1955 on Chakambi. And a my abonamok and Ambumatanambo, I na age in Nabo, more age in Mbogaf. Kana Godi Chikelba, Ubiaba, Johnson, Ubiaba. Monebi Monacha. Johnson will leave on a Yana Oya Abana, Nakokwaba, Fana Babi. E go take care of Gavu. If all for Abgasro, it will Yabo for you, if each or any Oduro. Mona Johnson Abuja Abana, Ugucha Hob, Omerivana Hob, Ejana Basco, Gamota Abgasro, no Basco Canania. Ugucha, if I have Obutelum, I Sakasenia. Ulu Kalifa and Aboyambom sugar cane. Was such a cocaine, such a time going cool gaff. I'll touch and the hob waff, or look a hob waff. Mutaquerenia. Now, Bana Conegute. Ufodo, my senior brother, dear worry, only good day, man, I worry, when I sapere. One woman, Naparaka. Jennifer can old market road, and we go to get spa, a bendy mechanic, and bendy Naruba, Parano. I go to one Kenya, go there. Which I am poem, Yabu Johnson Avenue, Yana Godi, and we see about Buterina, and Nego Munak Manasi Mara. Eba kind Maru, we look at give it Legos, I mean. Legos, I not a leaf, I get quite good leaf and a Legos, I am a blue and Vanaba. Ebeto akaisi bido. If I now to decide this, you know, guy married in 1967, 57. Oh, gain an agent na government. If no guy from you game a bed mezili, GMO. When I am the boy, now so Korea show gafo. I think 1952, 53, 54.
Before the war.
Before the war. I know quite uncommon, but not be charged to a hodom. When I am quite in common, maybe I have so many things in common, GMO. Man, other functions yet to afford them. Only if it's a company, one mother. It's na makana afọ more companies like it to take even in for more amame pin si wa we ko wa omeri fo do iye afun ne yara o ya e de bi even ifa na etu ko ye si do na bi ifa no bu na ko ni ifa of the 12 na etu kwa ye 12 e si wo ku ya. Oya book isi ni river adocha nlezi azu oburoji ofodo adoji ofodo adocha wori vozo ni fe ma brumere anye bu na mase nya ma wo ejidi ve kobo nya inje ejidi ve nya ngori ajo ma ni ve abokobo asenya na half angol Muna I need the rogue anya honari company. On a funny bute even now from Abana. Either Ubudo na Cubana Babana. Fabutacha either Belibum or for the fire and amigo. Coronation no gaff, you rather read to order. No, for the secretary, a wrong proper fool. God is in like this air, or one amana air for Guadambo air. That's all.
That is trust. That is Ezoku.
This great empire GMO owned by this great people, Chief Godwin Chikeruba, Onwa Oketiti, Mike Arthur Eze, Ogenoke Etiti. Onye Abu, the only surviving man, is 94 years when we met him. And Onye Akpo Johnson Igwe, J.O. Igwe. Akunwanne in 1980, ihe ọ na-aza abụ Akunwanne. After Ego does the SS, Amman kina wata na omeze we patron, a chair patron People Club of Nigeria ozabazie ide Oke Etiti. Onye abụ onye mụtara onye mụrụ nwunye Joseph Yobo. Ihe na-akpọ abụ ọgaranya. We have visited his mansion and toured his palace before Robo or it like Enigwe n'ụwa. Man, if I know maka their company, how did they form the company? Or day 12. This is a great lesson. And today, how is the company doing? How did they like today? The reason, even the more reason we are talking about this great companies, because until today they still have common property together. Like the three people, even though the two people have joined their ancestors, only one remain alive. And but the surviving person told us the history and everything more about how they could even sustain together. You know the differences. Uchonya Dreanjo, Imanuche Dao, Madi Meki Fono, they has to wear they has to stand out together upon all the betrayal and all those mindsets. Not gonna I want to imagine them. Then the point of this video is now those companies they were before the war and they survived the war. Then, but after the war, the country could not continue. What happened? Now, our new generation, who has almost the similar company, like great empire, currently, how is it going to continue after 30 years or 40 years of existence? What are we going to do to continue our empire going forward? This is one of the purpose of this video. And again, to learn how are we going to combine business, do combine business and grow more, bigger. Because those people were billionaires. There was nothing like Ogwego. In short, Makifa Edwene Okokwa, Ndano Wanazaf, enough for Ogenoke Etiti. If you Johnson Igwe or Onwa, remember, if you Johnson Igwe, Ide Oke Etiti. If you Zie Chikeluba, and I was there Onwa. Okay, Titi. If any now, so how did they make money? It's ritual. There was never ritual. They picked Apakara, Basuko, Pin Basco, they pick here one by one. As such a Eresia people. That time Basco became moto. Then before if went moto and Nigeria do full, but they grew that company to an empire and they made a lot of money. This is remarkable and we have to follow those footsteps. But the only thing we have to change is how to continue our businesses even after we are no more. Today, the question is, where is GMO company? Keduka Osage, Keduka business house are wax. Is it waxing? Is it closed? Is it abandoned? Is it just like my background? How is the company doing? So that is the question you ask yourself. And the only survivor of this company, but Kadendo Tana the 94 years. But my Arthur Eze Ogene of Oke Etiti. How could people stand? Kedu ka nsi wee mefe a? Ọ na-agwa m gịnị ka a na-akpọ na Oliver tiri egwu wee si that na nwanne na-adị mma na ọba enecha aghara. Oye na-adị mma bụ enecha aghara. So that time there was nothing like suspect. Or where see that you tell me I buy this car, I believe that's what you want. I buy this house, I believe that's the amount. Whatever, there's nothing like suspect. Before I before somebody there almost a century, years, like 100 years now, why? Sit that we talked in a length. He told us more about how they could stand together. And then, do you know what the amazing thing about those three people was? And they are together. Yes, somebody like Mike Arthur Eze based here in Onitsha. Even till today, he based in Jare. But Chikolo and Johnson Igwe, they were based in Lagos. Lagos have base, but they were doing business together. I send that on here, Ogota, or send that to Lagos. Indian no Lagos, open we can go to Lagos, I'll send that to East. Akanaga, from Empire. These people are multi-billionaires. So, go mass. They go have acquired richer. American water. So, Akufabo acquired richer. They go far further. So, but the company have closed down. They are still rich, fucking rich, but the company is closed. Hey, Mechigia, but I could not close because otherwise they told you. And now, Joe, the different company. How are we going to succeed? How are we going to transit? How are we going to hand over our business to our sons, our children, our relatives, or our people, even after you are no more? This is the question. Now, you know, the popular name, if you just come to Igbo land now, the most popular name is Obi Cubana. Not that he's richer than other people, but because of it's just like a celebrity billionaire. So now, maybe in next 30 years, I know Coco Bicubana now says, Cubana Group. Kedebody. How is Cubana Group name? Udima, I want the kind of content. I don't know if you know the no American, no, you work for Mamma, Messi, and can wear go, employer, everything, man, go down. We don't want to hear that from now. This is our motive. Kemaka Arthur Eze Atlas Petroleum. Kedu ka esi wee mee Atlas Petroleum ọ bụ na achọ this man echi afọ ya. Kemaka Obi Jackson. Next Oil. Kedu ka esi wee mee onye a ọ bụ na achọ afọ ya. Kedu maka Kemaka Emeka Ọfọ. Kedu ọ bụ na achọ Emeka Ọfọ afọ ya echi kedu ka a ga-esi wee continue the legacy. Kedu maka Ibeto. Onye ọ bụ the ancestor. Kedu maka our ancestor na Ibeto. Onye ojeka we gozo Rolls-Royce nke ikpaza ba number dey ancestor ọgaranya. Kedu ka ga-esi wee ma ọ bụ na achọ anya afra ya. Ị na-aghọta na a na-ekwu maka the biggest industrialist in the practice akụrụ ụlọ. Ọgaranya na-ada ekwu wee rapụ. Onye na-akpọ Innoson ofu onye obi edocha will give you detail how he started this company. Now this platform, you know where I got shock how because if I na-eme bụ ana agwa without atinye. I ain't a not more billionaire. Anyway, because we know we are behind the scene before the camera. Now, how are we going to continue our business? How are we going to put our business in a way that even if in next 100 years that business will still be going? In only in a one. If champagne no, in not champagne. In no channel, why? Anyone in a party. Over one name chicken. I can happen. This is reason why we are doing this video. This GMO company was the biggest company then, employed thousands of people, but today it's closed down. Their factory on number at an in Onitsha. People who know Onitsha, many people know about GMO company. The big factory, it just closed down. You know, so, but it's no more. Nothing is happening because of what? And one case will transact the business or hand that over to their children or people that can take after them. It was never in their plan. And one key point there, we learned from this great man, Mike Eze. You want to go? Open hand like I won't agree. I won't fight you. Now, I have no stage like I met her. You may not come on MSC, I open a web or hate one knee. The worst thing you may know to have hatred from your colleague. Whatever you do, whatever misunderstand of anywhere, ya bloku ka esela ọpụta nke haga apụkwa na nke of PH now this is called jide eto a before you know it you begin to have ego. You might find I have 300 million naira. I cannot depend on him again. I'm made. You are not made. Onwere ife carry business at the time no na-eme. Even man don't chama Facebook I post say now. No more Mark Zuckerberg but when shares na yakara. So bro so say in other accounting. Obugo na if I agaro. So let's learn from these things and adjourn or make amendments on how we handle businesses. Business abron ko for you. Mgbe anyị dị ndụ mgbe anyị nwụrụ anwụ so that obugo na ijebe obodo afudebe. In other na ife imela akọkwa na afia. Ọ bụrụ afudebe gị ife ma afudebe asịwa na ọya ọgwụ ego.